Hello and welcome to the table, Baldurs Gate, D&D, and Tiefling fans. Yes, we are dedicating today's video to the Tiefling players out there. Tieflings were one of my first, and they're still one of my favorite races. When I first got into D&D and Pathfinder, their infernal bloodline, their aesthetics, and also their sympathetic backstory too. Now, for those who aren't familiar with Tieflings, they're basically beings descended from pacts made with devils and humans, generally speaking. Although it can be argued that some other races made pacts with devils, and thus there's other different types of Tieflings, but that's a whole different rabbit hole that we can get into. But generally, Tieflings are descended from human and devils, either through pacts made with them or just through like specific bloodline relations. But the mod that we are going to be showcasing and talking about today is the Astrolites Tiefling compendium, uploaded by Astrolites. My apologies if I mispronounced or butchered your name, friend, but a huge credit to you, and also thank you for taking the time to create this mod, which adds more Tiefling subraces into the game, including 6 options from D&D 5th edition, variant Tieflings, and 2 homebrew editions. The Tiefling that I have here right now is the Levistus Tiefling. It's just a beginning build for a thematic Death Knight, which, yeah, that's another class that I want to showcase in a separate video, and I do apologize for this video being shorter than some of my other class builds. Right now, I really just want to showcase and go over like a brief overview over everything that the mod author has created for us. There will be specific builds featuring the different sub-races of Tieflings, and also I will say that the mod author has made changes to the vanilla Baldurs Gate Tiefling races of the Asmodeus, Mephistopheles, and Zariel Tieflings. But specifically, this mod adds a total of 9 additional Tiefling subraces to the game and makes minor adjustments to vanilla Baldurs Gate 3 Tiefling subraces to keep them in line with features added by this mod, mostly for flavor. And yes, that's the key thing here, is flavor. It's basically, when I think about flavor for D&D, it's about roleplay purposes and also character backgrounds as well. D&D's 5th edition subraces have been adjusted for flavor to increase variety between subraces and based on differences between 5th edition and Baldur's Gate 3. All subraces feature vanilla Tiefling racial traits, and for more detailed information on Tiefling claw abilities, you can look at the different subraces. Spells learned as a subrace feature at 3rd and 5th level are cast as if using a 2nd level spell slot unless otherwise indicated, usable once per long rest without using a spell slot. Spellcasting modifier for these spells is charisma if applicable. And just to showcase here, I do have the Levistus Tiefling. Levistus is one of my personal favorite archdevils from 5th edition. The basic gist of Levistus is that he was one of Asmodeus's top generals in the Nine Hells. However, he did lead an uprising against him, and thus Asmodeus, after defeating that uprising, imprisoned him within his own realm in an ice prison. I believe, for all of the lore nerds and lore people out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but he is imprisoned in a glacier, if I remember right. But for the Levistus Tieflings descending from the bloodline of Prince Levistus exhibit a particular affinity for biting, frigid magics befit of the permanently frozen 5th layer of hell, Stygia. And right here we can see that one of the cantrips that you get as a Levistus Tiefling is Ray of Frost, for that roleplay flavor and to showcase that you are descended from the Ice Lord of the Nine Hells. We also gain Frigid Claws to complement us as well. 3d6 damage, not much, but hey, like I said, the mod author has done a really good job at making sure that a lot of these different Tiefling sub-races are not too overpowered and are more so about role-playing, and adding different customization too. It's also not just at first level that you get unique features, but as you level up and progress too. Usually at level 3, then level 5 you'll gain additional features. Specifically for the Levistus Tiefling, at level 3 you'll gain Armor of Agathis, and at level 5 you'll gain the Darkness spell too. Plus also for those of you who are more so min-maxers out there, there is the variant Tiefling that you can choose as well. And basically what the variant Tiefling does is it's an adjusted version of the variant Tiefling as described in 5th edition. Not all Tieflings are able to trace their lineage back to a singular archdevil of renown. As diverse as devils are, so too are the Tieflings descending from them. At level 1 you get your own choice of cantrip and choice of Tiefling claws. Level 3 is Dissonant Whispers, and level 5 is Instill Fear. Basically, it's kind of like not just a jack of trades Tiefling, but specifically more so generalist Tiefling, and because you can choose which claws or which cantrip you get, it's kind of like whatever you feel fits your kind of playstyle. I also want to give attention to some of the two of the homebrew inspired classes from Forgotten Realms lore, current and past as well. So those two will be the Nightborne Tiefling and also the Fairy Tiefling. Now specifically for the Nightborne Tiefling, your ancestors didn't strike a pact with an archdevil, but a night hag, and now you're the one paying the price for it. A Tiefling, quite unlike those of classical infernal heritage, but similarly a curse nonetheless. So basically it's just more flavor. You're not an archdevil Tiefling, you were descended from a night hag, and you get hag ancestry, change shape at will, and corrupting claws at level 1. Level 3 is when you gain the sleep spell, and level 5 is Ray of Enfeeblement. As for the Fairy Tiefling, you are to elves what tieflings are to other humanoids, a result of an allyship between sun elves and demons of the abyss, which is a little interesting there because it's not devils, it's demons that you're descended from. And yes, devils and demons are completely different in D&D. Devils are from the Nine Hells, demons are from the abyss, and devils are more humanoid, demons are more chaotic, animalistic evil beings, but essentially inherently in tune to the weave as elves commonly are, but afflicted with another energy that is difficult to ignore. Level 1 you gain Fey Ancestry, Smoldering Claws, and the Dancing Lights cantrip. Level 3 is when you gain Burning Hands, and level 5 is when you gain Misty Step. Like I said, this is just a general overview and brief showcase of all the different sub-races of Tieflings available to us in this mod. Let me know in the comments your personal favorite sub-races of Tieflings, or what kind of character builds you want to create with this mod. And as always, if you love talking shop about character builds and all things D&D, Baldur's Gate, even a little bit of Warhammer and Elder Scrolls, I'd love to have you join us on the next adventure, friends. And remember to hit those like, subscribe, and bell icon notifications, and I'll save you a seat at the table for the next adventure. Take care and farewell, friends.